Two Guys, One Anime. I'm Ashuri.
My name is the Holy Apple.
And today we are doing another bracket fight. Feels like we haven't done one of these for a long time.
It's been a while.
It's been a little while. But the one that we are doing today is smartest characters in anime, I think is what it's called.
Yes, this is the name.
Smartest characters. Before we start, I'll speak for myself, but I think I can say this for both of us, really. There's going to be characters in here we just do not know.
Yeah.
So we'll probably just go with the one that either looks the smartest, I think is the way that we'll have to do it, or the
no.
or the one that we know.
Yeah, if it's the one we know is going to win. If it is literally two that we don't know, I'm probably going to be inclined to do a little bit of research just to try and make it fair this time around.
Yeah, we say that, but then we need to know what anime it's from.
I'll figure it out somehow.
I think we should
we'll do something.
I think we should just go off of coolest looking or something. I don't know.
There's nothing to do with smartness. You could have a geeky kid and some badass.
That's all we can do. First one.
Okay, so do you know any of these?
The one on the right looks like it could be One Piece.
No.
Right, I'm fucked then. I ain't got a clue.
Right. I'm surprised you don't know the one on the left. I'm going to say that because that's from One Punch Man.
Oh, yeah.
He's the kid that makes the robots.
Kid, yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, and the guy on the right is from Hunter x Hunter. He's the leader of... I can't remember the bloody gang's name.
Right, well, at the end of the day, it's your fucking choice. Because I can't help
it.
This one. The kid
so basically, it's going to be a kid...
Yeah.
Yeah, the way I'm thinking about it is a kid prodigy who can make robots and he's an S-tier hero.
Yeah. Or
is basically a guy who orchestrates every main crime in the entire anime. That's basically the level. I'd go with right. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, and I can't remember the gang. But he's like the main villain.
I mean, I can't argue because I've got nothing to go. I mean, like you said, now that you've pointed this out, I know who it is.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot that we can go off. I mean, like you said, he builds robots.
Yeah, so
I'll
give you a couple of examples on both sides. So, Kid Prodigy on the left builds robots. Yes, it's impressive because I think he's like 6 and he can already do like all this advanced technology stuff. But when you turn it onto the flip side, I'm still failing to remember his name. But basically, some of the crimes that he does in the anime, he basically uses a gang of 8 people, I think it is. And that could be wrong. But I think it's 8 people. And what they do, they invade a auction which is being housed by every mafia in the anime. And they manage to steal everything. And then not only that, they kill like loads of mafia members, kill loads of mafia leaders, kill their highest like hitmen as well, and still escape. It's like when it comes to IQ, he plans literally everything. And he's got like an ability where if he sees how an ability is done, and I think he has to have contact with the person as well, he can essentially copy their ability, like regardless of what it is.
We'll just go with that.
He's got high IQ. He's very smart of how he does everything.
Yeah, we'll go with that one because it just makes more sense.
Yeah. I don't know the guy on the right, but Sora.
Easy.
I mean, come on.
I mean, Sora is like the ultimate smart character. You know what I mean? Like he's
yeah. He's literally a number 1 gamer.
Yeah, he's levels ahead. Let's put it that way. So we'll go with that.
His IQ is bloody insane. Bulma versus Nami is an interesting one. Because you have to think Bulma. Actually, no. How much credit can you?
Yeah, I think you're about to say the same as what I'm about to say, which is, I thought it was her dad that did all like the special shit. I know she's not like super stupid, but.
No, she's really, really smart.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
She also come across as very, like, kind of a klutz at the same time. Like,
but Nami's the same thing. That's kind of balanced in that regard. But I'm just thinking, how much credit can you actually give Bulma's dad to like how he He basically founded the company, and how much involvement does he have when it comes to the technology she makes?
I think she built the pods, didn't she?
She rebuilt the Saiyan pods, yeah.
And I think she built
and also the Goku's ship to Namek as well.
Yeah, and I think she built the
time machine as well.
There was the time machine, and there was the chamber as well that Vegeta trains in.
Yes, the high intensity chamber.
I mean, I could give it to Bulma because I don't know Nami all that well, but it's like,
yeah,
you know,
as I do like Nami as a character, but I would give it to Bulma as well because when it comes to like smartness of characters, I'm going to be honest. Nami needs to be fairly smart because her entire gimmick, we'll say, is she controls the elements of the weather, so she can manipulate nimbus clouds. She can basically produce steam
yeah,
by combining water and heat and things like that. So she has to have a lot of know-how on how the elements work, so she can use them in a battle. But then on the flip side, there's Bulma, who also does that, and then builds things.
yeah. I think we'll go with Bulma. I think that's a fair argument.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I want to say it's kind of simple, but then
it's Merlin.
Yeah, it is Merlin, but then I don't want to take away from Armin.
Now,
Early
this will
stage,
be a lot more interesting.
Early stage Armin, useless.
Yeah, but late stage Armin.
Late stage Armin, really coming in clutch.
If you put Levi in this place, that would be difficult.
Would you consider Levi to just be? Would you consider him to be smart, or would you just?
Okay, now I'll take that back.
I wouldn't consider him to be smart. I'd consider him to be just.
Who's the army commander? I keep forgetting his name.
Fuck.
He basically gets demolished by the beast time.
He's. Well, you say he's smart, but then he. Spoiler alert! He did just run straight out of beast time.
he doesn't have much of a choice.
Yeah, that's true. It is an easy one. It is Merlin, but credit to
anyone
Armin,
who actually.
It's like
maybe the crazy scientist, the one who's actually researching the Titans.
Hange with the eye patch.
Hange, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she would be a better matchup.
Potentially, yeah.
But I'm going to be brutally honest. There's no one in Attack on Titan that's smarter than Merlin.
No, not with what she does and how the story ends up in her favour as well.
She's literally a mage that can manipulate anybody, including demons and angels. So,
Merlin,
how'd you beat that? Ooh. So,
no idea.
One on the left is Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
He's Gon, who's the main character, the kid with the green jumpsuit and the black hair. That's his father. Okay. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I really should, though, because he's like a major point of the story. On the right is Urahara Kisuke from Bleach.
Okay. Who's the smartest?
I'd go Urahara, personally. And I'm going to say that's because Jin, that's his name, Jin. Jin on the left, he is very smart, and he's got a lot of combat smarts as well. And he is an archaeologist by trade.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he likes to do. But there isn't enough of him to showcase how intelligent he actually is. Whereas Urahara Kisuke is throughout most of Bleach, and every single time they go to him, he seems to have that answer for anything.
Okay.
And that's consistent throughout the entire anime, even like towards the end of the animes as well. Urahara starts taking like a front step, and even the main villain, Aizen Sosuke, doesn't know how to go about dealing with Kisuke at all.
Okay,
he's kind of like a wild card in a way.
Yeah, it makes sense. So it makes as much sense as you can actually give me. So
yeah,
so that's
Lelouch,
obviously, and then
Hunter x Hunter again.
Yeah.
There's loads of Hunter x Hunters in this. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. Yeah. I'm sorry, but this Lelouch is going to... I'm not going to say probably win the entire list, but Lelouch is definitely getting very far. Because the whole point of Code Geass is it's a deception anime with a caveat of they've got special abilities. And Lelouch manages to manipulate literally everybody in the anime. Like, constantly. I think it's... The only reason that he gets stopped eventually is because he wants to be stopped by himself.
Yeah.
There's no one that actually is able to stop him otherwise.
I mean,
so Lelouch,
that's fair.
He's a master tactician as well. I think the only one I'd probably put him up against, I'd be interested to see him against Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Because they are very similar
traits.
kind of ways how they conduct themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I go Lelouch.
Very good. I don't know who either of these are, so.
Not sure who the one is on the right. One on the left is Black Clover. I think he's a trap master off the top of my head. That's his ability.
This looks like Yu Yu Yakusho.
Maybe.
That's what it looks like to me, but I might be wrong. But I'm
not entirely sure.
If you've seen this one and you've not seen this one, we'll go with this one. Because
yeah, I'll say he's a trap master anyway, so he has to be fairly smart to deceive everybody.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm sorry if we've upset someone, but we don't know. Oh, I forgot his name.
No idea, because I never watched Naruto.
Orochimaru.
Yeah, and then you've got is it
Giorno,
isn't it, or whatever his name is?
Yeah, Giorno, Giovanna.
Yeah,
something like that.
I mean,
when it comes to smart,
I haven't seen that JoJo yet. I still want to watch it, so.
Okay, I'm gonna say Orochimaru though. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Because don't get me wrong, that JoJo is smartish, but a lot of his gimmick in the entire series, I'm trying my best not to spoil any of it for you.
If you have to, go for it. I don't think it's gonna matter.
I'm not going to use examples or anything like that. He has enough smarts about him to think his way out of a situation, but most of the time, his stand is the one doing
the work.
Just about all the work.
Yeah.
And I've got to admit, there's probably essence of luck in there as well, and there's a party that's also helping him out. Orochimaru, on the other hand, he is a Sennin. I think it's a Sennin. It's like a really high-ranking ninja.
Yeah.
There's only 3 of them. I can't remember the exact names of what they're called, but he's one of them. One of the 3. He's a scientist who's researching how to basically make mutants. Is the best way I can put it, because it basically makes people who can harden their own skin. There's a thing called a curse mark within the anime, which is made from him. He can transform himself into a snake whenever he wants, and that's because I think he's experimented on himself. No, he's a sage. That's why he can do that. But his intellect's second to none. I think there's only a handful of characters in the narrativeverse which will actually be smarter than him. So, Orochimaru. Ultimate gaming smarts versus criminal smarts gaming smarts.
I was going to say, I mean, I've not, like I said, this is literally one of the only ones that I've seen on this list at the moment. Sora just comes across as like next level, in terms of how clever he is.
Yeah, the one thing that's consistent throughout No Game No Life is that Sora seems to be able to think his way out of any situation that's put in front of him.
Yeah.
Even when there is a literal cheater in the game, he still beats them.
Yeah, exactly. It's broken.
So it's well, there's not many people he's not going to be able to beat, so I'll give it to Sora.
100%.
Bulma versus Merlin.
There's no competition, come on.
I still go Merlin.
Yeah, there's no competition. We're not even going to bother.
Wow. Timestamp's going to be fun on that one.
Yeah, don't worry about that one. Some of them were short on the last one, so don't worry.
Fair enough. Kisuke versus Lelouch.
I'd say Lelouch, but...
That's a tough one, because Lelouch is like a master tactician, but Urahara, I reckon if those two were to go up against each other in, I don't know, let's say chess or some kind of tactical thing, I kind of think Urahara would win.
Who if you had to say IQ, what would you say?
Well, IQ, Urahara all day long. Lelouch is only a high schooler. I think Urahara's a couple 100 years old.
Well, that'd be smartest then.
Yeah.
So,
if you want to break it down to bare bones, yeah.
Yeah, if you just go off of IQ, what you'd think their IQ would be.
Yeah, I think Kisuke would be much higher.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Even though he does lay him off to be a slouch in sometimes, but
there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
there's nothing wrong with that.
He's like a sage that's sloth. Is odd, but anyway, you'll have to watch the anime to fully understand what I'm on about.
Yeah, one of the many that needs to be added to the list. Brilliant.
Yes. Orochimaru on this one, I think.
On the right, yeah.
Yeah, because the way I'm thinking about it is Trapmaster, I can't remember his name, so I'm just going to call him that. He would be smart enough to lay traps, but Orochimaru would see through them, I think.
Yeah.
And then that'd be game over, pretty much.
No, that's fair.
There's so
fair
much more
argument.
This is a tough one.
Okay.
I actually still think it'd be Sora, you know?
I want to say that, but they literally do the same thing in a way, which is they see the danger before it's actually happened in a way.
Yeah.
Like they are one step ahead. So that any sort of like intellectual fight between the two would literally just be backwards and forwards, like because it'd just be Sora's now one step ahead, and then it'd be Merlin one step, and it just keep going until there won't be a winner.
Yeah, there won't be a clear-cut winner.
The constant thing. The only thing that I think I would actually side with Merlin on this one is that she has powers and Sora's just basically just a standard gamer at the end of the day.
I'm not taking like powers into consideration when it's this.
Yeah, I know, but that's the only thing that could split them. To me, they are literally they do the same thing in a way. They're basically the same character. If you take...
How about this then? Merlin, would you compare her power to an angel from Sora's universe? You know, because we've obviously seen the movie. Flugels, I think they're called, aren't they?
Yeah. Would I compare it to an angel? You could, but there's definitely more brain there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And like you just said, we're going off of brain. It's like... I mean, I'm not actually bothered who I give it to.
Yeah, whoever goes through on this one is...
But...
It's good to pick anyway.
I'm trying to pick... Because if I can't pick on smartness, I've got to pick it on... Who's going to be... The way that you could work it out is who's going to be more useful to you if you was going through some crap. Like, you're going through some shit, right? Who's going to get you out of that shit, basically?
Sora is a cheat code.
That's actually a fair point. That's a fair point, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, I can.
That's my argument
I'm happy
anyway.
to give it to Sora, but literally, in terms of their like smartness in the anime, they basically do the same job in both their animes. In my eyes, they are literally that person who will come from like left field, right field, wherever I'm pointing, and they'll literally save the entire thing from going to shit. If you like.
And the funny thing is, they've both actually done that in their own respective
Exactly. That's exactly my point. Sora's probably done it more in a shorter period as well, which is weird.
But he is a main character, whereas Merlin isn't. Well, she is a main character.
She is a main character, but we don't see a lot of her.
Stage.
Yeah. We'll go with Sora. I'm fine with that. I'm got an issue, but it is what it is.
Kisuke versus Orochimaru. Okay. I'll still go Kisuke.
One on the left.
Yeah.
Going off what you said, I'd say left side as well. Personally.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like Urahara and Kisuke just seems like a next level. They're both at this point. They're both scientists in their own ways. But I just feel like Kisuke is more intelligent than Orochimaru when it's just like bare level. I think he will know a lot more than Orochimaru does. So
yeah,
Kisuke, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
sorry for anyone who loves Naruto. Kisuke versus Sora.
Do we just go biased and just go with the one that we prefer?
That's the thing, though. I actually kind of want to pick Kisuke out of these two.
I could go with that because I would just pick Sora and then it looks biased as fuck.
The only reason I'm constantly picking Kisuke is he lets on that he's a big oaf, but he's actually like one of the smartest characters in the anime. Like he has to.
So is Sora, though.
Yeah, but I'll put it this way: Urahara Kisuke doesn't get involved with most of the anime. And that's only because if he was directly involved in every aspect in the anime, whatever Kisuke was doing, he'd probably be winning it at everything. Like, I think he used to be like one of the captains, and then he actually quit at one point. If you heard me right. I'm gonna think of feats. Like, what have they actually both done?
Well, Sora's literally trying to take on God.
Yeah, there's a point.
And he'll and let's be honest, yeah. Even though we've not got a season 2, or we'll probably never get an ending to No Game No Life, let's just assume that he's gonna beat God
eventually.
Yeah.
I assume he does anyway.
At chess, I believe, is what they're probably gonna play.
Now, here's where
in fact,
we're going to go.
Doesn't he beat him at the beginning?
Yeah.
That's why he gets pulled in, isn't it?
Yeah, they technically do beat God in the beginning.
So he's already beaten God.
Technically. But what I'm thinking is, Kisuke is a Shinigami, that's technically a God already. On top of that, so Aizen Sosuke is basically a captain who goes rogue. He steals a stone, which Kisuke made, by the way. I think he made it, or found it, one of the two. And basically Aizen steals it, and it gives him limitless power. That's basically what the entire stone is for. It's called the Hogyoku or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a limit-breaking stone. Gives him unlimited power. He does get beaten by Ichigo at the end. There's a whole different story towards it, but still. But I'm just under the impression that even when Aizen had the Hogyoku, he couldn't do anything about Kisuke, regardless. So the guy literally has unlimited power at this point, and Kisuke still knew how to deal with him. I think he actually seals him away at the end, because the way it works, I think the way it falls out is Ichigo hits like a final attack on Aizen, pretty much weakens Aizen enough to a point, and then Urahara just appears out of nowhere and seals him away, even though he's got unlimited power. I'm giving it to Kisuke. I have to. He seems to be in the right place at the right time every single time, and he can outsmart pretty much any character he comes across. I don't think it'd be any different with Sora, if I'm being honest. Yeah,
this is the thing. It's the same argument. Yeah, it's basically the same argument as what we had with Merlin.
It's two back-to-back tough ones.
How is this not a final?
Mate, the last two could have been finals. Well, apart from Orochimaru, but
I'll give it because we're going to be here all night if we don't. But
yeah,
Sora could quite easily be in that spot.
Yes, Sora could be a good contender.
Right.
All right, Shikamaru versus, I keep forgetting his name, but it's Assassination Classroom.
Yeah.
Koko-Sensei. Is it Koko-Sensei? Koko-Sensei?
Koro-san, isn't it?
Koro-Sensei.
Something like that. I don't know.
I thought it was Koro-Sensei. It's definitely Sensei.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because he's a teacher, so that would make sense.
Either way, he's literally a teacher compared to Shikamaru, which Shikamaru is quite smart, don't get me wrong, but one's an alien life form to start with. And
this ain't normal.
He's not normal IQ. He literally, I think he pretty much knows everything about anything when he's like shown in the anime. I was like, there's not many things he doesn't know about. And not only that, he's kind of like he has to think ahead, because I think like the whole premise of the anime is that he's going to destroy the planet unless someone can kill him.
Okay.
And the whole anime, they're still not killed him. So I'll give this to Koro-Sensei.
Yeah, that's fair.
Franky, I'm not sure who the one on the right is, but it could be Yu Yu Hakusho, like you said last time.
No, I wouldn't say that. That looks different. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
We'll just go with the one that you know, which is this one, yeah?
Yeah, Franky. He's basically a cyborg mech, and the whole reason he's a cyborg mech is because he put metal parts into himself. And he repairs the ship in one piece. So.
Cyberpunk.
Minato. Who's the one on the right? He seems familiar.
Yeah, it does.
Is it that classroom one? No, it's not Assassination Classroom with Kuro-Sensei. It's the other one.
No.
Oh, sure then.
I haven't got a clue. We'll go with the one that you know, because
Minato's high IQ anyway, but he looks familiar.
I get a feeling this one's going to be really smart, and we're going to
we'll just sank him into oblivion.
Probably. This is so bad. But anyway,
Edward Elric versus Itachi. I don't know about this one because the way I'm looking at it is, for Edward Elric and anyone in Full Metal Alchemist, they kind of need to be smart anyway to know how to do alchemy. Because you need to know, like, the composition of what you're making, basically, every single time.
Yeah.
So, anyone in that universe has to have a high IQ anyway. But, on the other hand, there's Itachi, and I think he's, like, regarded as one of the highest IQ in the whole of Naruto.
Well, then, on that basis, we should put him through.
Maybe. I kind of want to, like, give it more context than that, though.
Because if he's higher IQ than the guy that we put out...
Yeah, when it comes to Orochimaru, I'll probably say they're on level terms. Itachi might be a bit smarter.
Oh, mate,
like, if you were to put them head-to-head, Itachi would win.
He's got to go through over. Has to.
I'm happy to put Itachi through.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I kind of like feel like I just need to explain like more about Itachi because it feels like I'm just cooking him in a minute.
It's up to you.
Nah, just put him through. Put him through. It'll be fine.
We'll go with this one.
When he gets to the next stage, I might maybe explain it. There's Aizen Sosuke, the one I was just talking about when it came to Urahara Kisuke. Against Kira though from Death Note, Jesus. Who would be smarter out the two? Tom?
It's all on you at the moment, bro.
This video feels like it's all on me.
This entire video is on you at the moment. I'll help where I can help, but I'm not much help at the moment.
Kira versus Sosuke. I'd actually have to go with Aizen Sosuke. This is not me being obsessed with Bleach, by the way. It's just simply because Aizen Sosuke is one of the highest IQ characters in Bleach, and one of the smartest by far. His only other equal/rival would be Urahara Kisuke.
Fucking regardless of who we put through, you're going to piss someone off anyway, so what's it matter?
But I'm pissing off loads of people,
yeah,
as it is.
Exactly.
I don't care.
So, this gentleman on the right, yes?
Yeah, so Sosuke's got to go through. I like Kira. He's a very smart character, especially in his own universe. Especially against the guy on the left, L, which is his main rival, Nico Robin, though. Nico Robin doesn't strike to me as someone who's... Like, she is smart, because her whole role in One Piece is she's an archaeologist. So she has to know a shit ton about the history of
She has to have some
everything.
knowledge, yeah. Yeah,
I think she's like... I think they're called polygraphs. Something. They're like these weird stone cubes, like ancient history that's been documented, and you need to have like a cipher to understand them. There's a whole story behind it in One Piece, but basically she's going around deciphering all of them and trying to find out like the true history of One Piece.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you have L, who was basically the top detective, but then again he did lose to Kira. And I have just put Kira out.
Probably One Piece.
I actually have to go with Nico Robin, I'm afraid.
Yeah, One Piece is fair.
Like, in terms of like intelligence, yes, L is very smart and he's a prodigy, but like Nico Robin knows just about everything when it comes to the history of her own realm or world, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
So I consider that like much more intelligent.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dr. Stone, hello.
It's fucking easy.
Yeah, this one has to be Dr. Stone all over.
Yeah, she doesn't even come close.
No, doesn't come close at all. Don't get me wrong, she is smart.
She's smart. If you take her ability away from her...
Dr. Stone's on a whole other level.
If you literally take her ability away from her, that she can like make shit, yes, she's smarter than the average student, admittedly.
But she's still a student, that's the thing.
Well, so is fucking Stone, though. Or
Stone is professor level.
Senku. mate, the man's literally rebuilding fucking humanity. That doesn't even come close.
Yeah, it doesn't come close.
The man knows how to break every fucking everything that's ever been made. He knows how to break it down to its raw material, and then make said raw material to then make that item.
Yes.
Yeah.
What does he? I think he makes a Christmas tree when they literally only have like stones and fire.
It's just stupid. He doesn't even come close. This ain't a competition. It's just not.
No, it's no competition. He even makes Coca-Cola, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, literally. There's a guy who's like, "Oh,
a primitive world." And
yeah,
he makes
he's like, I really would like to drink Coca-Cola one more time. And he's like, "Yeah, no problem." And he makes it. And he's like,
just synthesizes it. It's like, what the hell,
dude?
His IQ is ridiculous.
The one on the right. Do you know what he's from?
I want to say Promised Neverland.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it's Promised Neverland as well. Do you know the one?
But I do know
left?
the one on the left because
okay.
that is Bleach.
Okay.
I've forgotten his name, but he's in charge of the research department of the captains in the Soul Society.
Okay.
He's incredibly smart.
I've got a feeling the one on the right. Actually, do some research, right, on this one.
We're going to do some research, yeah?
On this one, we're going to do some research, because the one on the right, if he is from Promised Neverland, I think he's like... Isn't he pretty much like a god? I think. I might be completely wrong, but I think this might be worth checking.
Let's find out.
In case.
We're going to proof check this one, just in case.
I get a feeling we could piss off quite a few people with this one.
That's irrelevant.
A little bit of backstory on the guy on the right might help us with this pick. It might even help us with a couple of picks, to be fair. So yeah, he's a child prodigy.
I'd still go with the captain, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Like I said, he's literally in charge of the research department of the Soul Society.
I just wanted to I really just wanted to check this.
Just wanted to double check in case he was a god.
Yeah. I just had some really weird suspicion that he could have been, and I don't know why. But
it's normally good to check that kind of stuff anyways, it's fine.
It's fair enough. We'll go with that. It's fine.
Yes. I will remember his name in a minute.
Yeah. Going off of what we've already said, I'd say left side.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
I like Franky as a character, but Koro-Sensei is, he's another level.
Yep. Ooh.
Minato versus Itachi. I didn't ever get the chance to see this matchup in the anime, which is a bit sad, but either way.
Again, putting my thing in first. Going off of what you said, I'd say right side, but. Explain your reasonings if you think that's different. If you think I'm wrong,
I'm just thinking at the minute that this is literally something that's argued within the Naruto fandom constantly, like who is actually smarter, Minato or Itachi.
So what you're saying is,
like you could Google it, like, or YouTube search it now, and you'd find loads of videos.
What you're going to say, what you're basically saying is, we are going to piss off 50% of the Naruto fucking.
You're going to piss off a
regardless.
lot. Anyone who's a fan of Naruto. There's a good chance you're going to get pissed off.
Great, let's pick right side anyway.
Itachi versus Minato. I would actually, I'd say Itachi.
Bastard!
No, the reason I'm saying Itachi is because Minato is incredibly intelligent. He even made up his own ninjutsu kind of a thing as well.
Yeah.
Like, he's known as like the Yellow Flash. So he can basically move instantaneously, more or less. I think he's like the only character, apart from Naruto, who learns how to do it later.
Yeah.
That can actually do it. Whereas Itachi, on the other hand, he's a master of Genjutsu, which is like illusion jutsu in a way. So you could never be sure what you're seeing with Itachi.
Yeah.
Like, if it's real or not.
No, that's fair. No, like you said,
I think he actually has...
If they're that closely matched, there isn't a wrong answer in this argument.
Not basically. There is, because you'll piss off someone.
No, there isn't, because you're going to piss off someone, but you're always going to have someone who goes, no, he's fucking right, so fuck it. Because it's shit.
Fair enough.
That's how it works. Again, going off of what you said, I'd say left side.
I'm tired.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said I'm tired. Aizen Sosuke, yeah, all day, every day.
Left side, yeah.
Like, Nico Robin knows a lot about her universe, but Aizen knows so much more. It's a joke.
Yeah.
That's actually a tricky one for me. I know you'll go with
I think going off of what you said about this guy, I think Stone edges it just slightly for me. Just a little bit.
Here's the thing, right? So anything that Sengoku could do, the guy on the right, I'm finding out his bloody name. It's pissing me off now.
I think. Again, I think this is one of them that's closely matched.
I'll be brutally honest with you, it's not.
Do you not reckon?
No, Mayuri, that's his name. So, what I was going to say before I went to go find out his name, Mayuri can basically do whatever Dr. Stone does, and then make it 10 times better if you wanted to. That is... You could see, like, Sengoku, like, create Coca-Cola out of making minerals and stuff like that. That would be trivial for Mayuri. Like, he wouldn't even waste his time doing that. I think, like, in one of the episodes, a good example is there's another scientist on the enemy side, and he's, like, supposed to be their smartest character. He, like, makes this really strange poison that's supposed to kill anything. There's no cure for it. Mayuri gets hit with it, and he finds a cure in 2 minutes. And then he actually brings, like, an experimental drug with him to use, and it's kind of like these weird tablet things. I seem to remember that he snaps them. No, that was it. One of the powers is he gets like loads of tablets, and when he breaks the tablets, it breaks a bone in the opponent's body. It's like a really strange power, I know. But it's like he literally gets like a vial full of them, and it just literally he's just snapping them like constantly, just breaking parts of them. But yeah, he's like a whole other level. Oh, and he's the guy who can repair the soul weapons, Zanpakuto's.
My only argument.
The only character that can do that.
My only argument. It's the only way that I can try and defend Dr. Stone. Is Yuri or Mayuri, whatever his name is? Is he able to do this with like absolutely nothing?
What, as in, and he can just synthesize it from
he can
what he's got around
literally
him?
just do it off the basis, like. Or
what is it? If you put him on like a barren earth, he could just literally create stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at.
100%.
Right, okay, we'll go with that then.
that's what I was literally meant. Like Mayuri could do anything.
It's difficult. It's difficult to, because basically what you're doing is you're putting two scientists against each other, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to put two scientists against each other fairly, because you go, well, one's got all this stuff, and one's got nothing, and it's like you're trying to find that balance of going, oh yeah, this guy's really smart because he's making stuff from nothing, but then on the other fucking hand, this guy's making everything from everything, and you're kind of like.
Yeah,
that's all
what you're going with.
Because it's like me saying, it's like me literally saying, if you give all the resources that Mayuri's got to Dr. Stone, what is he able to make with that stuff?
He would be lost, if I'm going to be honest with you.
There you go. So it's like that's how you got. That's how you got to work it. It's like, yeah, it's
like he might. I'd be generous enough to say he'd probably figure it out eventually, but he'd be lost.
Yeah,
because the main way I'm looking at it is like Dr. Stone is like he's on planet Earth. That's what he's making everything from.
Yeah.
Whereas Mayuri's in the afterlife essentially, so he knows everything about life and whatever comes after it. And he's actually like a foremost researcher for it as well. So yeah, it just makes sense to me.
Stone's limited by his anime, basically, is what we're getting at.
Yeah, still incredibly intelligent.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid we have to say bye-bye.
Okay.
Itachi Kuro-Sensei. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I can go with that.
Even if Minato had won the previous encounter, Kuro-Sensei would have won still. Whole different level.
These two are in the same
universe, but Sosuke wins. Because even though Mayuri is like head of the research department, Sosuke basically outsmarts all the captains. And then on top of that, he escapes with like the Hokaku, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
And he's only stopped by Kisuke. And I really don't want the final to be just Aizen versus Kisuke, because it's a bloody obvious answer.
Well, it might have to be.
Kuro-Sensei versus Aizen. I'd be interested to see who would win out of these two in a fight, actually. Let me know in the comments, actually.
That's a good point.
That would be a very curious
That's
fight. Who would win in a battle? how would you measure this? That's the problem.
I'd say Assassination's Classroom.
Why?
We're talking about an off-planet being, number one, who's going to know sod knows how much more away from the planet, and then he's going to know pretty much everything he's going to need to know on planet as well. Yeah. So he knows more than fucking any of us can imagine, regardless. Correct me if I'm wrong. Does this guy deal with the afterlife as well?
Yes.
Right. But do they go to different planets, or is it just on? Because I don't know Bleach, so you're gonna have to sort of like try and explain it to me a little bit. So Bleach is on planet Earth.
Yes. So there's planet Earth, and then there's the Soul Society, which is effectively the afterlife.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, there is, I can't remember the bloody name it's called for it. There's basically like a heaven and a hell. That's not the best way I can describe it. It's not heaven and hell, but similar.
Right.
So one's where all the demons goes, one's where all the spirits goes, and
what would you class as being smarter? Would you class knowing about heaven and hell in detail and life, or would you go with someone who knows about life, probably does know his fair share about heaven and hell as well, if it exists in their realm, and also knows about off-planet stuff?
Yeah, I suppose the way I'm thinking about it now is we don't know the limits to his knowledge.
This is
That's
it.
kind of
this
it.
is it. It's like where did it, like? Do they even explain where it comes from? They probably do, but we don't. I've never seen it.
I think it's meant. I don't think they actually mention where he came from. They just literally say it's from outer space.
All right. So it's like, how much does he know? How do we know how old he is?
No idea. It's like there's a lot of things you don't know about him, but he seems to know everything. That's basically like the answer for that. Whereas Aizen, he has a backstory.
Yeah.
He has he is a smart character, and I think in the new season of Bleach, he's going to be shown as one of the smartest characters. But
I want to go on I still want to go on the basis of Koro-Sensei, if I'm honest.
I don't know that, because if he's not actually an alien who knows limitless amounts about the universe and everything,
there is that.
His argument kind of falls flat. He still stands when it comes to like against Itachi and everything like that.
I'm going to be brutally honest with you.
But
regardless of who goes through, I don't see him winning it.
No, I see Kisuke winning the final. Like, straight up. Just, like, no matter who comes out of this, they're not beating Kisuke, I'm sorry.
So, who would you rather see fight each other?
What, as a preference in a battle?
In the final.
Oh, it's not going to matter.
It's not going to matter, but who would you rather see?
I'll have to go Aizen.
Right.
I genuinely have to go Aizen. Because now that I know about Koro-Sensei not actually being extraterrestrial being.
There's like a funny thing there. I'm now interested to watch Assassination's Classroom.
I want to know more about him now, but
it's really annoying. I want to watch that now. We'll pick the winner and then you can explain. It's obviously...
Yeah, obviously it's Kisuke. Do you want to know what my main reasoning for Kisuke winning? It is literally the end of the anime of Bleach. Like, Kisuke is the entire reason Aizen gets stopped at the end. Like, without Kisuke, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
And that's only because the only reason it happens is because Kisuke is smart enough to know what Aizen won't be able to stop and be at the right place at the right time in order to stop him.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he's consistently smarter throughout the entire anime. He doesn't get involved unless he really needs to. He just tends to live a quiet life other than that. That's my justification anyway, but if you disagree, I don't care.
I mean, it's fair. It's completely fair.
That's who I go with, Urahara Kisuke. Yeah. He is easily one of the smartest characters in all of anime, so...
I'm not going to take credit for this, because Apple's pretty much carried this entire video, but... if you got a different answer to what we've got, let us know down in the comments. We'll leave this bracket fight in the description for people to try it out for themselves anyway. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, that helps us out. And until next time, we will see you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.